I think something's just going on with Facebook, but we'll just keep going. We're back. All right, we apologize for that. We are back. We had some technical difficulties. It went in and out, but we are back. Manny was cooking too. I apologize, Manny. You were cooking. Keep going.
Facebook banned me, and now they still not allowing me to say anything. Yeah, I ain't slick. Yeah, I'm not slick. But anyways, I'll say if I was the Raiders, re-sign Jack Del Rio if he wants to come back. Get him back. Somehow do something. It's just honestly, and the sad part is we still have a shot at actually making the playoffs somehow, some way. And I swear, it's like think about it. We get smacked by the Bengals, we lose to the Bears, we lose to all these teams. And then it's like we play the Cowboys, who just look bad against the Chiefs this week. So we play against the Cowboys, and you already know the Cowboys are gonna want to put up like 50 points against us on Thanksgiving, so Peter and Reynald could enjoy it and flock, and everybody else in the sports head list, smoking mirrors, all that. We already know they're picking the Cowboys to beat my Raiders, and I'm gonna be the only one going for the Raiders that day, because I'm gonna stick with them no matter what. I live and die by the Raiders, unfortunately, but that's just how I roll.
Listen, you gotta live
as much as they piss me off.
Listen, I agree with you. You gotta ride or die with your team. Listen, I'm talking to you as a disgruntled fan of almost every single New York team, and I'm pushing through because I always think, all right, is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Hopefully, and what I think kills me is I see glimpses of hope, right? So yeah. Speaking of New York teams, it's gone to the other side for me on the New York Knicks, where I was riding high, I was dancing, I was go New York, go, and I still am.
You was on Mount Everest, and you finally came back down to the little town in front of it.
I didn't cliffhanger yet. I didn't slide down the rope yet, but I will say that there is some struggles that the Knicks got to get through, and that's one, figuring out a true fourth quarter lineup, because they're still trying to piece that together and trying to figure out where to go next. But on top of that, they're still looking at it as any lead they have, I don't know why, they just can't hold it. Look against Chicago. They had that lead. They had that game. And they were on a push. They were going. They were doing well, and then all of a sudden they gave it up. So they play the Lakers tonight. My man.
No LeBron.
And we're going to get into that too. But no LeBron. But I will say to Mr. Mullins, Mr. President of the Brooklyn Association of Lakers Nation, I'm going to tell you right now.
Brooklyn division.
Knicks at 5. No, the Knicks will be winning tonight. They will win tonight against the Lakers.
Well, hold on. It's not just Anthony you got to address. You got to address Jarvis, Chauncey.
But see, listen, and I'm not even saying this in a mean way. When is Jarvis ever coming out of hiding? He never comes out.
He never
comes out. I would love Jarvis on the show. I would love. Listen, I had to talk with Anthony on how I felt. So, Mr. Jarvis, this is your open invitation that whenever you are ready, we would love to have you on the show, and we would love to get your view of the Lakers, because we want to know where you stand with this, because I've already given my opinion. Ant is never going to give a true opinion. He's going to give his opinion. So I would love to hear Mr. Jarvis, who said he's not watching sports right now because of how he feels. So, Mr. Jarvis, I am calling you to the front of the congregation to be able to preach to us on your feelings of this team, the Los Angeles Lakers, or Los Angeles, as they say it in Los Angeles.
Oh, God. Shout out to the gray area and the rap roundtable. They're doing big things out there.
They are.
But Jarvis. Yeah, Jarv, if you down to pull up to the fan zone, pull up. More than welcome.
Listen, it's a no hidden rules. We are wide open on everything we talk about here, Mr. Jarvis. Well, calm down.
Hey,
No mo,
you've
no mo.
been on a slippery slope lately with these kind of connotations, man.
What? Come on now.
There's been a couple times you said it today.
Stop it.
But
I will say,
speaking on your Knicks, after your Knicks, my Nets still looking like they're struggling. They need Kyrie. That's one thing for sure. Even though last night, I mean, we beat the Cavs, but I do miss Jared Allen. If we would have traded Nicholas Claxton instead of Jared Allen, I feel like the Nets would have been fine last year. But, things happen. It's still a long season to go. It's still early. So we can see what happens. Maybe Kyrie does come back during the holidays. Who knows? But
you ain't getting Christmas like that. You ain't getting Christmas like that.
Hey, you never know. That would be a great Christmas gift for the Brooklyn fans.
So should we let the fans know about next week?
What's next week?
The fan zone is going.
Oh, no.
Okay.
They will find out. Next week on the live episode.
Okay.
But speaking of basketball, while we're still on that topic, before we transition to baseball, Isaiah Stewart and LeBron James both suspended after that altercation where everybody was almost involved catching their hands. So, Mike, do you feel like LeBron was it rightfully so that he gets one game and Isaiah Stewart get 2 games?
No.
What's your thoughts on that?
I think both should have gotten the equal punishment. Listen, we've all played pickup basketball. You throw an elbow at someone,
Genovese Center,
apologizing. We throwing hands. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? And the way his eye was leaking. That wasn't just a pity pat tap. That was a full force cock back boom right to the eye. So LeBron knew what he was doing. He's a veteran. He knew what he was doing. He was trying. Stewart was tussling with him the whole game. He was giving him the get off of me, right? The way Stewart came back, I appreciate that because I'll tell you, there are a lot of players out there that are afraid to go after someone like LeBron because of his fandom, because of who he is, right? So they don't want to necessarily address that because remember, if you come at the king, you got to come correct, right? That's the type of saying that comes around.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Stewart had a chance to hit him back, but he didn't. If you think about it, once LeBron hit him in the face, hit him in the eye, he turns around. LeBron reaches out. We don't know the audio. We don't have the audio for it.
Right.
But according to the players, they said LeBron said, "Yo, my bad. I didn't mean it." Which, hey, it's fine. It happens. It's a physical game. But Stewart got tight, went up on him, went to talk to him, and you had your shot right there to swing on him, hit him, push him, whatever. You had your chance right there before everybody else decided to come and defend both him and LeBron, like prevent them from fighting. Then he goes on, he gets grabbed up, then he starts running around. It was like you play the Benny Hill music. Like you playing that because this guy just dodging, trucking people. He should have been a football player. I seen the memes and the gifts.
The way he was trucking people, I was like, yo, can we sign him? Like he was in that zone. But I have to say,
he had the thing is he had the chance.
He did.
Literally in the very beginning. And then guess what? He was just like, you know what? Nah, I ain't gonna do it. But and then what happened? He put that for the show because we're still talking about it. Everybody, social media, everybody's still talking about it.
So I'm glad he didn't swing because he did push him, right? He after whatever LeBron said,
he should have snuffed him.
Like he pushed him. He should have snuffed him. You're right. But he pushed him, and then that's when the tussle started. But the best is the meme of Russell Westbrook in the back with his hands up.
My man.
And he had his hands up, and they were like, yo, he's going to hit Isaiah the same way he hits a three-pointer right now. He's going to miss him. Yo, it was the memes that I saw on that were hilarious. They were phenomenal.
Loved it.
But this goes back to what I'm talking about. Like, there's just something about the team right now, about the Lakers, that is just not gelling. right?
So
The first
apparently,
time,
this is according to Kendrick Perkins and a bunch of other idiots, this is the game that wakes them up and brings them together. I'm like, it was against the Pistons.
exactly.
Really?
And how does it wake them up when he's now suspended? So how are you going to get them together?
Mind you, he's missing a primetime game. It's on TNT.
It's an 8:00 game. Yeah, it's an 8:00 game. And listen,
yeah, on TNT, mind you.
Right. And the Knicks game. And the Knicks are not that bad anymore, right? They're competitive. They have a squad that can compete with a team like the Lakers, right? They can compete with a team like the Nets. And I say that because you guys have all-stars on your team. The Knicks, if you're looking at our team, we have stars. I don't even count Julius Randle an all-star at this point, only because there are still some inconsistencies in his game. Has he become the star of the Knicks? Absolutely. Is he an MVP candidate of the league the way he carries the Knicks at times? Yes. But there is still inconsistency in Julius Randle's play, especially in the fourth quarter, where he goes into these ISOs when he should be passing the ball and waits 23 seconds, and then on the 24th second is shooting it, and it's a wild shot that's either an air ball, it's stolen, whatever it may be. So it's just all these things that just make me crazy when I watch. But the Nets, I think, they've started finding their rhythm. I know you're saying they're struggling and they still have some bad games, but they have found their rhythm.
Slowly but surely.
I think they found their rhythm more with a guy like Patty Mills. Correct me if I'm wrong, and
you might go
crazy, but Patty Mills is an X factor right now. He's an X factor for that team because he's running that floor at times.
Yeah, especially when Harden taking some rest. But I did say getting Patty Mills helped a lot. I kind of miss Spencer Dinwiddie. He's doing pretty good with the Wizards.
Wait a second. Can I just jump in there for a second? Who said that the Wizards would be the most improved team? And you and Ziggs laughed at me. Laughed at me.
It is still early in the season.
Stop it, Mike. Playing, come on.
Mike, stop it down.
Starting five. I told you that starting five, and they would make the playoffs. I said they would make the playoffs. The way they're playing right now, they were number one for a couple of weeks. Come on, you got to give me my flowers. You got to give me
You're not getting Mike, I'm not giving you flowers for literally the first 2 weeks.
Ziggs, if you're watching, you got to give me credit. Someone's got to give me credit for
Don't do it. Don't do it, Ziggy.
Come on, man.
You're not getting flowers for the first 2 weeks. Are you kidding me?
Why?
That's like me going up when the Raiders were 4-1 or 3-0. I should have been like, yo, NFL guys, I need my flowers. The Raiders are 3-0. Like, no, it doesn't work that way, Mike.
You constantly try to do it anyway.
Oh, God, I just do it to troll. Jesus, Mike. Be better. Be better, Mike.
At least you admit it.
Hey.
At least you admit it.
Don't worry, I'll be back on Facebook soon. But
I will tell you, I think we're having issues on Facebook because it's not our live keeps going in and out, but I think we're still live on YouTube. I think we're still live on Twitter. So I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, I think Steph just sent me a picture saying good stuff. Shout out to the Smoking Mirrors. Those guys are doing really good things over there. Dak, Steph, Greg. Episode was good with Paul, that former MVP over there too. Football guys are pretty.
What do you mean, former MVP?
Well, he was 2 years ago. Remember, it's Jarvis now. Jarvis the MVP so far.
Yeah, but you can never take the title away. You can never say former MVP. You always got to say the MVP title. Just like the King of the Ring. Even when you give the king, you give the crown away after another year, you're still the King of the Ring.
Shout out to AEW. AEW better than WWE. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But I do want to include one thing. Last Tuesday, I believe, last week, I got to see Steph Curry play. Warriors, Nets, they destroyed us. But watching Steph Curry, first off, I wanted to fight the entire arena because there were literally nothing but Warrior fans. Literally nothing but Warrior fans. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, last I checked, what happened to the Nets fans? It's terrible. It was a home game for the Warriors. I felt like it was an Oracle Arena. Every time Steph Curry shot that ball, the entire arena went insane. It got to the point where I was just like, I give up, bro. Like, I'm literally gonna have to get security on because it was bad. It was, but I'll tell you this: Steph Curry is God at this point because like the way he's playing right now, he's a front runner for MVP at the moment. You still got KD number 2. You have other players stepping up, but right now Steph Curry's